Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This is Connie. Well, I'm going to be coming on today to share with you the first interactive scrapbook pages that I have created. Try to share with you what I'm doing and how I did it. And my is based around Summer Santa from Cuddly Cute Designs. It will be an 8.5 by 11 page, interactive page when it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and kind of try to share with you what I've done along the way. First of all, excuse me, this may be a long video, by the way. This is kind of a new process to me, so bear with me. But what I start by doing is designing my pages. Uh, and I take just copy paper and I draw out what I want and how I want them put together and basically excuse me, my sizes and whatnot, and just kind of glue them down. Those glue sticks I bought for my great niece come in handy to do this. I've learned. So I'm going to be referring back and forth to that as I'm going through. This is basically everything I need except I think these two strips. They actually are a hair difference in color. I know the camera's probably not picking it up. I'm not sure which size, and I have to cut them down, but I'm not sure which one I'm using. But anyway, I've inked everything but those pieces pretty much. So let me get some of this out of the way. I had previously done the Santa set, so I'd shared that quite a while ago. And then I'm doing a bunch of print and cut also on this one. Uh, and I'll share with pieces as I go. A lot of tropical pieces. I don't live in a tropical climate. I have never been to the ocean, but I always thought it was fun. And I'm just honestly just having fun with my scrapbooking. Uh, can't stress that enough. So, and I apologize if the window's open. If it gets too noisy, I will go ahead and shut it. But I just wanted some fresh air. I've been cooped up with the windows shut all summer. So, okay, I'll get going here. I just wasn't quite prepared for a few things. I'm sorry. Oh, I do have my 8.5 by 11 page. So this is initially what I'm using. And I'm just using, this is a Bristol vellum 8.5 by 11. It's 65 pound paper. I may end up putting it on a heavier piece yet, but I believe my plans are to put this in a protective page sleeve. So, and I'll show you how I go about doing that also. But before I get involved with that, I'm going to set it aside because we actually won't be working with that yet. I'm going to be working with my piece that, bring in my prototype and show you. This is my base, my 8.5 by 11 sheet that I was just referring to, okay, that we're going to actually build on. And then we're going to have some flip outs here and we'll have a flip up here. And then I've got this page. So this top page starts also at 8.5 wide by 11. You can adjust these to 12 inch, 12 by 12 inch square. That's perfectly fine up to you, however you want to do it. And I just lost my piece of acetate. How in the world can I? There it is. I've done that. On another sheet. I designed some of this in Cricut Design Space, and I'll tell you what, it was a little bit of a struggle. It didn't want to all line up properly. I think I forgot to flip something, so I had to cut a little bit and play with it a little bit. This is upside down. Also, I'm going to stop the video just one moment. I apologize. Okay, I had to shut the blinds. It was getting kind of breezy. I keep losing my acetate sheet here. So what I did, started with my 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. and I cut a 6-inch circle in it. And then in Cricut Design Space, I went in and did the offset and I created this top frame. Okay. And then I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to get that straight on there, right? I also scored a 1/2 of an inch at the side because that's going to go on my original base page that we're building off of. I also have on the back side, I'll have a sheet of paper that I cut out. Anyway, to do my front page, said I did my, we're not going to be in frame 100% to get everything. I apologize. But I've got my page. I'm going to go ahead and I cut my acetate window to fit. I might have to cut some of this down. I'm not. Okay, it goes that way. Very good. Okay, of course, the ATG gun is almost out of tape too. I'm batting 1,000 this morning. I'm just getting my glue ready so I can put some glue along here. It's not got to be perfect, but I want to get it somewhat on there. And I'm just going to put my acetate sheet on here. There's several pieces of, oh, what do I want to say? There's several layers of stuff that's going to go on top of here, so it will be fine. I marked my page so I know which side is going up. If I want to get some glue on here. I'm using Fabri-Tac glue for this. I get whatever's on sale where I can find what's the cheapest? Beacon 3-in-1, Beacon Fabri-Tac. I also use Burley Art Glue, Art Glitter Glue, Reptile Glue, or adhesive. I'm using Beacon right now because it gives me more wiggle room, and Lord knows I need it. So, trying to get this somewhat straight on here. It may be more on one side than the other. By the time I get done, you're not really going to notice it that much. I'm more concerned about like the top and the bottom getting it somewhat straight. I like to burnish everything, and since this is handy, this is what I'm using. Okay, before I go any further, I'm going to flip it over and put the back side on also. How you choose to decorate these are completely up to you. I forget where I got the inspiration for this particular layout. I changed some things on it to kind of fit what I was doing in the pieces I had, and I don't remember if I told you I'm using paper called Deck the Palms from Close to My Heart. It's an old set, obviously. It's really cool. On one side, it had um, Christmas flamingos and whatnot, and on the other side, it had just, you could use it for like a summer layout with the flamingos and the palm trees and stuff. And I'd originally gotten it for the flamingos and I think some Christmas cards that had penguins on it. And I had some left, actually quite a bit yet. So I thought, well, that would be perfect for the Summer Santa scrapbook piece, right? And I've got plenty of this. I'm just going to use this to protect my acetate. So that's where some of the inspiration also came from. And looking for my pieces and what I need to do here. I lost my train of thought as usual. Anyway, I found that going this way, doing this, I'm using a lot less pattern paper actually. It's amazing. So, okay, I'm just double checking that I can do what I need here and I'm good. And I'm at a loss here because I'm kind of in tight quarters with my wheelchair. So, bear with me. And when I planned out these pieces, I believe I originally had them planned for a 12 by 12 layout. So unfortunately, the pieces are going to be a little bit large. I'm okay with that. Honestly, I just don't get too excited about things like that. Okay, so what have I got here? I am not using foam tape. That's another thing because these pages get quite chunky as it is. You'll be able to see that. So I'm not going to get too involved with anything like that. Let's lay these out for now so I can kind of know where to put stuff. Now, as you'll be able to see, my sand is going to show through the backside. It's fine. It's going to have a lot of other stuff going on the back, so we're okay with that. I think these come way down to the bottom, if I remember correctly. I think this actually comes down pretty far. Can't remember how how these two pieces go, and I'm not gonna go and look. So it's okay. And I know that I've got one larger tree. I'm putting it right up. I'm gonna go like this to the edge over there as close as I can, and I'm gonna put this one over here more. Now remember, you've got your ½ inch fold here, sir. You don't want to go over that if you're doing this. Again, whatever size you're doing it. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and I'm just kind of looking to see where I want my glue to show or my glue to be, and I'm only putting a little bit on both of these leaves, just part way up and just a little bit on the bottom. And could maybe get it straight though, right? Okay. And the other ones I'm going to have go on top. Now on the sand, I'm only going to put sand, yeah, I'm only going to put glue about a third to a half of the way through because I don't want it all over there, all over the acetate. I'm going to go up a little bit further on the edges, on the sides here. This will probably be a two-part video depending upon how long it gets, and also so I can show you how I do my, what do you call it? The protective pages, the, the sleeves. Okay, I'm just getting glue on these. Not sure if, like I said, I don't know if there's a way these are supposed to go, but I'm just gonna put them the way I want. Excuse me. Apologize to get my arms in the way too. I'm finding as I was putting this together, I thought this was really a lot of fun, and now I'm finding that, excuse me, I'm trying to convince myself that my mini scrapbook album, my 8.5 by 11 layout or album, I'm thinking I'm going to do some interactive pages on that too and just kind of have it both. I don't know. I can't make up my mind sometimes with this stuff. Well, I'm still working on Christmas cards. I'll be working on those until December 24th. Be delivering some of them the last minute or December 25th, knowing me. But I get started on them and then I stop because I can't wrap my head around Christmas quite yet. But now hopefully the weather cooling off some, that'll help. I just sometimes I'm not sure what I want to do. I've got some more ideas though, so let's see. Which one of these is so this is my smaller tree. I have to think about how these are going, to be honest. I think I'm going to put this one, it's going to look like it's in the water, but I have these little seashells that I'm going to put down here so it'll cover it up. So it's good. Makes sense to me. And I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I just put some glue on the base of it, up a little bit here, and just making sure I can. Oops, stuck on my hand. Now I'm going to come in and put some glue on the back, kind of where it can. I know I can safely put glue. This piece is also going to be in a sleeve, protective sleeve, so it's going to be fine if everything's not glued down 100%. Let's do this one first. I don't remember exactly where all of this gets covered on the back, so I'm just trying to be careful where I put glue yet. I can always come back and add it in. Thought I'd lost my seashell already, or my concha shell. Okay. So I was hoping you guys would leave a comment. I know some of you like to see my 3D projects. Do you want to see any paper pasting projects? Do you want to see more scrapbooking? If it's scrapbooking, I do this size or my small pages. I don't do a lot of large anymore, unfortunately. I like to do just kind of odds and ends projects, so to speak. Just odd little projects. As soon as I get my Christmas cards done, I want to start doing some more uh, you know, paper pasting for you guys too and do some fun projects. next, when it's Christmas stuff is over, I'll start on Valentine's, so maybe I can do some things. Okay, Santa's gonna look like he's standing in the water, and that's fine. Okay, so up to his shorts and just a little bit right back here. Talking to myself of where to put the glue. Okay, so you may see through the window when we get the next, the page that goes under this, you may see the photo through it. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue down here on this tree in here, kind of hold him down, and on the end of that palm branch. And also, just to secure him a little better, put a little bit on this side. Oh, so I completely missed it, I believe. We'll put it on the top of the umbrella in this drink. Okay, so that is the front part so far. Let's see, give me a moment here, please. My colors are really off. I'm not sure why. I could go, just trying to figure out. Yeah, this is not gray. It's more of a greenish, but yeah, my colors are not always right. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'm working on his back side now. I'm going to get, well, that acetate will have to, or that glue will have to dry clear on there, on his head. And this is a good reason not to, or to erase the marks on the back. I don't know if I can, see if I can get this off quick before I go any further. I didn't even think about that when I was doing this. Oh, let's see. It's the other arm I need to get off. I'll have to remember that from now on. It's a good reminder. Let's go this back. Apologize. Okay, we're gonna work on this, and now I have to bring my piece in to see what I have going everywhere. Now this is going here, and needs to be cut down. Let's use a pencil. So much easier to mark things. I cannot cut straight, so I'm trying to reach my trimmer. I can't do that. The one thing about Beacon, when it gets down lower toward the bottom, it likes to ooze out because of the acetone in the adhesive, and I forget to keep the lid on it. So that on. I'm not giving measurements because, again, I don't know what size you guys are going to be working with as far as your pages or anything. So, yeah, that's why I'm kind of doing this the way I am. Let's see. We're actually going to do this a little different than I have it indicated here. So I want this to be cut off about there. And then one piece of this. Oh, let's see. I'm just guesstimating, honestly, I don't know. Ink this up a little bit. And how you decorate the pages obviously is up to you. I'm just kind of layering some stuff in here and go from there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and I'm just gonna throw my ATG gun in the garbage here. I don't know why. Uh, Hard to believe it's already September. All summer I've been waiting for fall, and now fall is here, and I wonder where summer went. That's what I get for wishing my life away. I'm bringing mine all the way to the end here. I'm not bringing it just to the green stripe. I'm bringing it all the way to the end. And let's see, 11, go. There is a reason to or what I'm doing here. I'm kind of measuring. So for about 11 quarter, bring this down just about there. I didn't measure exactly, but um, anyway, I'm enjoying being out a little bit more now that it's a little bit cooler. I need to cut about a 16th of an inch off, and if I try to do it with the pins, with just the scissors, it'll look like kindergarten. I didn't. No offense to kindergartners because they probably can do much better than I can, but can't cut straight. Oh, I know. This green striped paper is from close to my heart, but it is not part of the paper pack. I kind of, some of the little bit larger pieces, I did run out of a few, so I just um, improvised. I think that was the only one. This time, just eyeballing where I want it, just layering a little bit of paper in there. And okay, now find all my pieces I'm using. That's not it. Let's see, I know this is one and corner piece somewhere. I talk to myself a lot. It's, I think, a habit of being alone for so long, living on your own. I just started talking to myself. It's terrible. Looking for all my pieces that I need, my pieces I cut. I think I cut all my print and cut pieces on, what do I want to say, photo paper. I believe I'm missing a piece, a print and cut piece. Well, I know this goes here. Let me look. I had a corner piece for up there. Imagine I could lose something. That wasn't it. But it might end up being the right piece that I'm going to use. I can always print more when I find them. Give me a moment here. I'm just going to quick look through these pieces. I know I need that. Need one of those. And, well then, that's what we're going to end up going with. This is going down here. I had this figured out, so bear with me. I don't think I was going to cut that, but no, I'm just going to put this up a little bit higher. So here's where we are so far. I need to cut some paper to go on that, some pattern paper. And then this is going to go, the tag's just going to go here. And it's just going to get tucked in here. So I have to remember to leave a corner open. I'm going to get the paper cut for this and I'll be right back. One moment, please. Okay, I am back. Thanks for that. So all of my photo mats, except for the possibility of one, are 4¼ by 3¼ So I'm printing 3x4 photos, obviously. I was going to put this up here, I think at a little bit of an angle, and oh, it's going to go up higher. I think my thinking was it's going to put that over a little bit, and then, yeah, this. Now, this tag is not finished. I'll put an eyelet and a little ribbon in it. That's what I'm doing so far. So let me go ahead and get my photo mat on. I think the best thing is just a little bit of glue. Right along the bottom here, and just along this short edge, and then here. And you'll see in a moment, while I'm not putting it at the top, I don't want it to cover too much of that. So let's get this out of the way. Put this down a little bit, somewhat even. Now this can tuck in here. This. So I'm just going to mark, let's see. I'm just going to put glue along just this bottom leaf here, and can go all along the side. That's fine. And then just want to make sure it's okay when I'm putting it down there. And then on here, I think I'll put a little bit of the glue back kind of in the middle here. And we will put some there to tack it down. And I'm calling it good. I don't want it, again, this piece is going to be in um, a sleeve. Here's what I was saying. It's got Christmas stuff on one side, right? And then it's the tropical flowers, or it's not Christmassy on the other side. So I get this in there. And I left the upper left-hand corner purposely empty. I'm going to be adding some journaling, and I'll either type it out or I'll make the Cricut do it. It's just, I don't write very well anymore, unfortunately. So, but now what I can also do to add some color or some, say, pizzazz, some pop, is add some glitter, some stickles to my paper pieces or to my print and cuts. It does add a lot to them. I really, I'll probably go back and do that. But that is the back side, and I'm slowly getting there. I'm sorry. So I'm not going to put it on yet, but just want to quick show you where I'm at. And I think what I'm going to do with the rest of them is kind of maybe, I'll see. I might still just go ahead and decorate them as I go, but here's how it's going to go so far. It's going on like this, okay? And then when you'll have another piece on here, and it's the back side that you flip. Okay, let's go on to page that, again, this is our base. Next, we're going to work on, on this page to my right. We're going to do this page that folds here, okay? This page is going to be pattern paper. No base paper color involved at all. It's just pattern paper. Mine's double-sided, as you can see. I cut it 8 by 10 for an 8.5 by 11 layout. It's up to you. Scored at 1/2 inch. And then I am putting in, and bear with me, I gotta get, that's not it. I gotta get this all straight. Get the right pieces. I think this was the one I'm using. Let's see, it's 8.5. Hmm. You'll have to bear with me. I have such a mess of papers. I wasn't really expecting this. Let's see. What's this one? One quick moment. Hmm. I seem to have an extra piece of paper and I'm not sure why. If I was going like this, sometimes you really gotta wonder about me. This is gonna go here and then long strip polka dot. Yes, I'm talking to myself, folks, as usual. Okay, just I believe it's going to be this piece, and this is going to go on the back possibly. So we're just going to go with that. Okay, now did I have another one? How in the world I can lose things? Oh, you guys, it's not funny, but it is. Okay, I'm going to quick put some ink on this. I'll be right back. One moment. Okay, I'm sorry for the interruptions. Like I said, this is a work in progress, learning as I go mostly. And so first few will be more challenging. I'll get better as I go. A lot of it is just, kind of designing and adding flips and flaps where you want. Um, there's I can't think of the name of the gal right now. I'd have to probably do a link to her videos channel because I don't know how to say her name very well, but um, she does a lot of fun layout things, interactive pages and whatnot that you can add. I've got one here to work on a page that I created. Well, I followed a video from this playful elephant, and if you have a silhouette, she actually has a cut file for it. Okay, let's see. This to go more this way, but I want it straight. I should be using my T ruler, but I'm just going to eyeball it for now. Just because I fortunately wasn't quite as prepared as I'd hoped. Okay. Now this, I think I'm just going to put, yeah, that's good. I have something to go on here, so if I can find it. I got to talk to my youngest great niece this weekend. They had started school about a week and a half ago. And I asked her how things were going and whatnot. And it sounds like she had a little bit of a rough start to school. Partly her attitude gets her sometimes in trouble. And I told her she's going to be in juvenile hall before Christmas if she's not careful with her mouth, or her attitude, I should say. But anyway, I don't know what she was doing, but she must have been trying to help her brother carry his backpack or something, because their schools are close together, and she dropped it. She had to have help, you know, and she's it's still an ordeal. So anything's an ordeal for her, it seems like. And some kids came and helped, and her brother went and got the teacher, so they got it all worked out. But oh my goodness! And then I forget what else happened, and I thought, oh gosh, you're gonna survive, child. Just don't get excited. Ah, it was just crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna put this piece here. We're gonna go the other way around. And then I asked her how she liked her new school because she's due to some consolidation and closures and stuff. She's going to a new school and it's much larger. And her sisters and brother tried to explain to her, you know, that it's gonna be a huge change for you. I think I'm gonna say at least 4 times as large as the school she was in. And she was, you know, small school and she doesn't like it. It's too big. So I'm hoping that things get a little better for her, but I feel bad for her. And not the way to start the school year. Then last night I talked to my young neighbor lady, or my neighbor girl, and she just started back yesterday. And she was just, I, I asked her, you had a lot of candy today? I haven't had any sugar. And I don't think they get a lot of candy and stuff in her family. She was just bouncing off the walls. She was so excited. And I said, did you have fun at school today? Yes, she's happy to be back. And I'm a big advocate of getting kids getting strong education. So I was so happy. And I encourage her so much. Her and her sister. Her sister has quite a speech impediment. And I always tell her, you just keep trying and we'll figure it out. We'll, you know, I'll understand what you're saying, but eventually. But uh, she's just a sweetheart. She's so fun. So, okay, I am going to show you what I'm doing now with these two, and I'm going to put them on my base. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. Well, it's just not glued down. Well, I won't worry about it. Okay, so I got my base page we're working on. Before I forget to tell you, toward the beginning of the video, earlier on, I did edit a piece out and I didn't get a chance to say anything, and I don't have a way to be able to come back and say anything. So it's nothing really important, but you will see it being gone. Okay, I'm going to go like this and hold these two pieces together so they match up at the bottom, kind of eyeballing so they're top to bottom fairly equal. And just going to put that on there. Now remember we have a 1/2 inch fold here. For my small folder here. Okay. I'm going to make sure this is glued down well. I like liquid glue for some of this stuff just because it holds, anyway, for me better. Okay. Ah, so here is the flap on that page. Now, taking the top piece, and what I'm doing with this is actually going to be a little smaller than this back piece. It's folding over the back of this. And remember, it is 11 inches tall, their front layer. So let's get some glue on, and then we'll show you what I'm doing. And I think because it got really noisy outside, I'm going to stop here. And I will come back and finish part 2, the rest of the pages, and hopefully I will be able to do everything to do the fuse part of it also. Anyway, I'm going about this. I've got my fold here. This fold flap is going to go on the back here, okay? So I need to line these two up. Don't go over the crease. I've got a little room to work with here, so I'm going to try to shove this up a bit. I've got matching up tops and bottoms best I can. If they're a hair off, I'm not going to worry about it. Just going to press this down. Get some glue or adhesive eraser here. Okay, so this is just going to fold over the top, right? And as you can see, when you put your picture back here, you'll see part of it through the acetate. I am going to put pattern paper on here. This is a 4x6 photo area. I think that's the only one I have. So I've got the back here at this. This folds up. We will be decorating this and we'll have some flip outs on here. So again, I'm going to stop here and then I'll come back and finish it when it's not so noisy. But if you have any questions so far, leave a comment. Otherwise, I want to thank you for joining me and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.